In lesson 106, we're going to start solving two-step equations. So this says to solve 3n minus 1 is going to equal 20. Okay, I'm going to write this bigger. So before we just had like 3 minus 1 equals 20. Well, now we're adding a variable in here. Remember, a variable is a letter that represents a number. So we have 3n minus 1 is going to equal 20. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down my equal sign. Okay. When I'm solving equations like this, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. Okay. So just remember, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. My goal is to get my variable all by itself. Okay. So we're going to start on the side that has the variable, and we're going to start getting everything that's on the side of the variable over to the other side. Okay. So remember, in order of operations, we said we do our multiplication, division first, and then addition, subtraction. Well, in this case, it's the opposite, because what we're really doing is the opposite. Okay. So notice how that 3 is kind of attached to the end by multiplication, and division the same way where it's attached. We're going to get rid of the easy stuff first in this case. So somehow I need to get rid of that minus 1. Well, to get rid of a minus 1, what I need to do is add 1. Because minus 1 plus 1 is going to be 0. Okay, so that's a 0. I'm not going to write that. All that's left is 3n. Well, 3n. Okay. Now remember, I said whatever I do to one side, I need to do the other side of that line. So I need to add this 1 over here. So 20 plus 1 is 21. So now I have 3n is going to equal 21. Well, we can solve this because we've done these problems where we have an unknown, and we just remember we need to divide. So if I divide 3n by 3, all that's left should be n. And then I need to divide this 21 by 3, n should equal 7. So we need to remember, whatever we do to one side, we do the other. So do the addition, subtraction first, and then get rid of our multiplication, division. Remember, addition and subtraction cancel each other out. Multiplication, division cancel each other out. So these are some of our easier two-step equations. So just remember, draw your line down the equal sign, move if you have something times a variable, plus 1, remember we're going to subtract. If it's minus 1, we add. And then we're going to need to divide to get that number off of that letter or that variable. Okay. So go ahead, try to practice that. Make sure if you have any questions, you ask. Okay. This is kind of a preview of what algebra is going to be like in the first step to it. So we need to be able to solve these simpler problems so that we can get into some more difficult problems. So make sure any questions you have, make sure you bring them to class and ask.